Hello everyone, my name is Molly Driscoll and I'm an educator at the Orlando Museum of Art. Today I'm participating in #Museums from Home to talk about the piece The West Wind by Thomas Ridgway Gould. This piece was created in 1874 and is a sculpture of a woman made from marble. The subject of the piece was so popular that Gould received orders to produce 7 more copies. We are lucky that we have one of those copies in our collection. Now let's break down the piece. The woman looks almost frozen in time, as if we've caught her in a moment of action. She stands on the tops of her toes, looking as if she's about to take a step forward. A gust of wind appears to be present, brushing back her hair and sweeping up her long skirt. She looks off into the distance with an aura of confidence about her. Now, there are a few details that I find fascinating about this piece, but before I go into discussion about those details, let's have a minor art history conversation, just for fun. Since our nation's birth, many artists and architects utilized classical sources to express contemporary ideas. For instance, have you ever noticed that many of the famous buildings in our nation's capital seem to resemble classical Greek and Roman architecture? Did you know that the Pantheon, a Roman temple, influenced the architecture for the U.S. Capitol building? Thomas Jefferson said that the Capitol building was to serve as a temple dedicated to the sovereignty of the people. Or, have you noticed that the Acropolis in Greece, the birthplace of democracy, resembles the Lincoln Memorial? A memorial for a man who is known for defending democracy. These influences are not coincidental. In fact, they're there to serve a deeper meaning. When looking at the West Wind, we can see the classical influences. For one, the piece is created in marble, a medium that the Romans were notoriously known for using. The woman's skirt shows the classical Greek style of wet drapery, which is exactly as it sounds, a sculptural style used to make clothing appear transparent as wet cloth is on skin. In addition, the title of the piece, The West Wind, is a helpful indicator that the viewer is not meant to perceive the sculpture as an actual woman, but instead as a symbol for something else. She is viewed as an allegorical sculpture, popular in classical Greek and Roman art, meaning that she is personifying an idea. Can you guess what idea that might be? What is she a symbol of? Remember that I said this piece was created in 1874. Now think, what was happening in America in 1874? Give up? Okay, I'll tell you. She is a symbol for manifest destiny, which was the 19th century belief that it was the United States' destiny to expand westward across North America. She is a symbol of positivity in a post-Civil War America. She glances upward to reflect America's optimism, and the stars on her belt further allude to her patriotic theme. All in all, she's a perfect example of how art can influence culture. You'll notice that throughout the course of history, there have been many times where classical Greek and Roman art and architecture have influenced the art produced by a nation during a specific period. Examples include the Italian Renaissance and the neoclassical movement during the French Revolution, just to name a few. Why do you think classical Greek and Roman art have had such an influence on the artwork produced by other nations? How do you think the West Wind might have looked if Thomas Ridgway Gould was influenced by another culture? Reply to this story with your thoughts and be sure to follow the museum's social media accounts for more inspiration. In addition, if you'd like to make a contribution to the Orlando Museum of Art, you can text OMA to 71777 to donate to the museum through the United Arts of Central Florida Collaborative Campaign. Thank you very much.